My name's Eric Johnson, creator and CEO of Teamzy. Okay. The thing that's pretty cool about Teamzy is it's a system, it's a software system that I'm going to show you that will help you super organize your business. You'll be able to do everything in your business in less than 1 hour a day. Okay. But it's also different. It's more than just software to be efficient. It's an approach. It's a philosophy of doing business. We call it relationship marketing. It's about building relationships, not being a Nikki salesperson, none of that stuff. Okay. So I'm going to teach you about both tonight. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a little bit of a training on relationship marketing first, because you need to understand the philosophy that Teamzy's built on. Then I'll take you in, show you how to set up Teamzy, how to crush a power hour in 30 minutes. Okay. Then we'll do Q&A. Sound good? Okay. I'm going to make sure everybody's muted really quick. Okay. Everybody's muted. Perfect. Okay. Here we go. First, I want to talk to you about this, how to leverage relationship marketing to become a power hour boss. Just a little of my backstory. I know most of you probably haven't met me. My name's Eric Johnson, as I said. My background is in business coaching and consulting. I've been a professional consultant for 16 years, helping people build their business. I fell into network marketing myself accidentally. I found some products that really helped me, changed my life even, and I was very excited about sharing them only because I loved them. Isn't that what we do? We share stuff we love, right? When I realized there was a great business opportunity there, I decided to dive into it. And as a business coach, I looked at the business and said, okay, well, I don't have much time to do this. I have a career. I have 4 kids. I have a marriage. How am I going to do this? Anybody relate to this? So I knew that there were tools. In professional industries, there are tools to help people be efficient, to help them run their business. So I went looking for them. And here's what I found. In our industry, there was nothing good. It was all overcomplicated, cumbersome. I'm not a tech person, and it was impossible for me to figure out how to use these systems. They just weren't intuitive. None of them were based on relationships. In fact, I started to learn, I didn't understand this about our industry, but our industry is kind of like 30 years behind the rest of our society in the sales tactics that we teach. And none of it was based on relationship. It was all kind of based on this cold prospecting, beating the bushes, trying to find a sale, moving on to the next one. Nobody does business like that anymore. So long story short, Teamzy exists because we needed it and it just didn't exist. So I found some really smart guys and we built it for you. And I'll show you how it works in a little bit. But first I want to talk to you about relationship marketing, because you need to understand this to know where I'm coming from. And I think most of you ladies will really resonate with this. A lot of people hear the term relationship marketing and they think this means selling stuff to your friends, right? And that's not what it is. Relationship marketing is actually a lead generation system, That's a system that initiates consumer interest or inquiry into the products or services of a business. Kind of a dull definition, but you need to understand that you are business owners now. And the first decision a business owner makes is what lead generation system will they use, okay? Relationship marketing, what I'm going to teach you, which is systematically building relationships and staying in contact with people, following a system, works better than anything else, and it's fun. And you get to have integrity, and you don't have to do anything icky. Make sense? But I want you to understand that as business owners, your business is not marketing and selling leading edge skincare. That's not your business. Your business is lead generation. You're in the lead generation business. As business owner, your job is to generate new leads in your business. Okay? It doesn't matter how many people you signed up today. It doesn't matter how many sales you closed. If you did not do work that will generate new leads for your business, you didn't work on the business today. Make sense? Now, the next principle I want you to get down is this. Developing and deepening relationships is your paramount duty as a business owner. Developing and deepening relationships is your paramount duty as a business owner. So we are in the lead generation business so that we can develop relationships with people. We meet new people basically so we can build relationships with them. Make sense? That's how you build a business. And then what we do is we turn relationships into advocates by investing time and providing outstanding service. We turn relationships into advocates. This is a concept I want you guys to understand as I go through my presentation tonight. There's 3 people in the world: the people who are on your team, the people who are your customers, and the people who are your advocates. So in other words, the people who say no to the team, the people who say no to the product, You're still going to turn them in. By following the system, there's still going to be people that are sending people to you. They're advocating for your business. They're saying, oh, you need help with that? You need to talk to Megan. She's the expert on that. My friend Megan's all over that. You should contact her. I'll show you how that works as we go. Next principle, relationship marketing depends on trust. Relationship marketing depends on trust. In other words, if you're a jerk, this ain't gonna work, okay? And a lot of the things that are out there right now, that what you're hearing from other trainers, what you may even hear from people in your own organization, just because people don't know any differently, they know that some people have built businesses this way, is based on all of this kind of trickery stuff, like trick them. Like, don't tell them what you're doing until, you really draw them in. And, take them out to coffee, but don't tell them you're going to talk about the business until you get there. And that kind of stuff, it violates trust. People hate it. It gives us a bad reputation. Yes, it can work sometimes. But relationship marketing, you don't need to do that. You can be upfront. You can put a Bellame sticker on your car. You know what I mean? Everybody needs to know what you're doing, because we're going to build trust and we're going to set you up as the trusted advisor. Make sense? Hold on, guys. I just need to mute. Somebody's unmuted. I'm just going to mute everybody again. Okay. Oh, look, it outed her. It outed you, Lupita. Make sure you stay muted. Hey, I'm all about accountability. That's okay, right? It's all right. We love you. All right. Don't even know you, but I love you. Where are we? Relationship marketing depends on trust. Trust makes the work fun. It makes it fun. When someone trusts you, you don't have to convince or sell them. You just get right to helping them. Have you guys experienced that? Also, trust takes the ickiness from the sales process. You will never be an icky salesperson if you build trust with people. And you get to go for yes. You get to go for yes. Instead of the whole concept of going for no, where you're going through tons of rejection to get to a yes, I just want you to know, when you're working with relationship marketing, rejection is not something you'll experience. You're going for yes. You get just as many interested people, but along the way, you're not damaging relationships or driving other people that aren't interested away. You get to continually work on those relationships. It's super fun. Okay, so how do you build trust? I'm going to give you the 4 essential ingredients to do it tonight. Make sure you write these down, because I want you guys working on this stuff in your business tomorrow. Number 1 is chemistry. I'll list them out for you, then I'll explain them. Number 1 is chemistry. Number 2 is character. Character, second ingredient for building trust. Number 3 is competence. Competence. Number 4 is consistency. Chemistry, character, competence, consistency. 4 essential ingredients to building trust. All right, you with me, guys? Number 1, chemistry. Chemistry is where you have common ground with someone. What is it about you they can relate to? Yeah, this one you probably have down, I'm hoping. But really what you want to do is find out quickly what you have in common. You have something in common with everybody. And in a world where everybody's figuring out where they're different and drawing the lines in the sand, as a business owner, your job is to find out what you have in common. As far as the last I heard, just about every human being has skin, right? Yeah. Does it matter how they voted last month? No, they're still wearing skin. They still need you. Okay, next, character. Character is when you demonstrate how much you care and that you're relatable. Character is when you demonstrate how much you care and that you are relatable. In other words, character is not something you have, it's something you do. Okay, character is not something you have, it's something you do. By the way, love's the same way. Love's not something you have, it's something you do. That's a different training. Have me back, Megan, I'll do that one another time. All right. People think that character is something that we carry around like, it's mine, and then how dare you question my character? Be honest, how many of you get offended if you feel like somebody's questioning your integrity? I do. I'll be honest, I do. But then I have to remind myself, I have obviously never demonstrated my care for this person, so they don't know my character. Okay? It's when you demonstrate how much you care and that you're relatable. Number 3, competence. Competence is when you demonstrate you're good at what you do and you're a business person. Competence is when you demonstrate you are good at what you do and you are a business person. There's 2 pieces to this. First off, do you know what the heck you're talking about? Can you help me with these? Do you know? How many of you could? Yes. Do you know your product? Do I believe that you are an expert in what you're selling? The second piece is, do I trust you to mentor me in the business? Do I feel like you are a competent business person to mentor me in this business? You need to be demonstrating these things. And you demonstrate it by the way you talk to people, the way you serve them, the what you post on social media. Now, here's the thing. How many folks, I just want to see your faces real quick for this question. How many of you guys are newbies? I guess, I know you're a new network, but how many of you are pretty new to the process? Okay. New people. People will often tell you, just fake it. Have you guys ever heard that somewhere? Like, just fake it till you make it. It's okay if you're new, but I want you to understand this. Relationship marketing depends on trust. Anything you do to violate trust ruins the whole thing. Okay? It's like adding salt in the creme brulee. If I have time, I'll tell you the salt in the creme brulee story. I spent a lot of years working in restaurants. Anyone else? Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's a good story. Anyways, here's what you do. Don't fake it. Just lean into your team. Are there people on the team who know everything about these products? Are there people on the team who are amazing business people? Yeah, lean into them. Tell their story. Say, hey, we're gonna connect with this leadership together. Okay, this is why the three-way call was invented, by the way. I'm new, but my upline is amazing. Let's get on a call with her. Okay, you guys with me?
Yep.
Okay, where did my presentation go? Let's jump back in there. I try not to get on too many of these little tangents, but I can't help myself. All right. I keep muting you guys, but sometimes you guys unmute, so just keep an eye on that yourself if you hear you're making some noise. Competence, we did that one. Principle on these three that I want you to understand is this. When someone's going to do business with you, they only care about three things. Can I trust you? Do you care about me? Are you good at what you do? Can I trust you? Do you care about me? Are you good at what you do? These are heart questions. In other words, they may never ask these of you out loud, but they feel them inside. And the way you overcome them is by building the relationship over time. Okay? Number 4 is consistency. Consistency. Hold on a second here. Gotcha. Consistency. All right, here's the thing. How many of you, when you hear the word consistency, are just a little bit like, yeah. We all struggle with being consistent. Here's the truth, though. Every one of you is an expert at being consistent. Have you noticed how consistent we are with our bad habits? Isn't that amazing? Here's the thing is, there's no difference. To your brain, a bad habit and a good habit are the same thing. It's just creating new habits, being consistent with them. And, obviously, when you start a business like this, one of the things you need to be consistent with is using your products. How many of you are a consistent product of your own product? And we need to be consistent with sharing your journey on social media. How many of you are good at sharing on social media? Yeah, these are good things. And one of the principles that I want you to understand is that people respect consistency and desire it for themselves. People respect consistency and desire it for themselves. When they see you being consistent, it attracts them to you. But consistency builds trust. You've heard people say, don't tell me, show me, right? Or you have I'll use myself, an apologetic husband says, I'm going to do better. It's like, show me, be consistent, build the trust, right? It's the same with business. It's the same with anything. And so the question, I want to give you guys a book though to read. How many of you guys like personal development? This is a great book. It's one of my favorites. It's called Influence, the Psychology of Persuasion. And that's where I lifted this principle. People respect consistency and desire for themselves. Being consistent is actually one of the biggest motivators for human beings. I won't go deep into it. If you read the book, it's a whole chapter in the book. It's amazing. It's amazing. People want to be consistent. They want to be around people who are consistent. If you can do that in your business, you will build trust and people will be attracted to your business. You'll become a leader. That's the difference. What's the difference between a leader and the people who aren't successful? The consistency. Even though leaders will feel like they're a total mess, they'll be more consistent than other people. Okay, so let's talk about this real quick. Check up from the neck up. Are you guys as consistent with staying in touch with your relationships as you are with, say, posting on social media or using your products? This is why you're here listening to me talk tonight in your pajamas, some of you. Okay, because you need help with this. Don't worry, I'm here. But this is the question that really matters, because this is what the truth is that people won't believe you until they see you. So you're like, wow, I've got this new opportunity. It's amazing. It's a ground floor. We're growing so fast. Come join me. Join me. You know, you're posting on Facebook. You're posting on Instagram. Join me. Oh my gosh, I'm looking for 5 amazing women to mentor this week. You know, this is great. And people are watching, and some people like it. You may even get some people who say, I'm in. But the vast majority of your connections are not commenting, liking, anything. True? But here's the truth. They're watching. To them, you are like an amazing reality TV show that they're watching to see how it turns out. When you say, join me, they're like, yeah, she's not talking to me. Why would they think you're talking to them when you haven't reached out to them since high school? True? People won't believe you till they see you. You really want people to believe you're inviting them. You really want people to believe that you want to have a relationship with them. You have to connect with them. Relationship building is a contact sport. You have to be in contact with people. It's that simple. You have to be in contact with people. Here's the principle. Investing time and connecting with people is the only way to deepen relationships. Investing time and connecting with people is the only way to deepen relationships. I told you at the beginning of the talk tonight, the secret to building business is to deepen relationships. Now I'm telling you how to do it. You have to invest time and connect with people. I'm just going to give you a quick example on this, and then I'm going to take you into Teamzy, where you guys will have minds blown by Teamzy. Really quick. How many of you, it's true, you will. How many of you guys have ever received a note from somebody amazing, somebody that you love, and when you read that note, it had an emotional impact on you? Like a card, anniversary card, birthday card, something like that. Hopefully everybody. Now, quick question. When you get a card like that, I actually have one right here that I recently received from my dad. My dad's 86. He wrote me the most amazing card. You know I'm going to probably keep this card forever, right? How many of you throw away cards when you get them, the great ones? Do you recycle them or do you keep them? Let me see the keepers. You have like a box or a drawer where you have these stuffed, right? And if you're a really great person, it's overstuffed because you've received a lot of love over the years. Now, what's amazing about these cards is that when people pass away, their family keeps them too. They're even kept beyond your life. That's how valuable they are. Is that true? How many of you guys have letters or cards from a relative who's no longer with us and you treasure it? Here's another quick example. Have you ever received one of these? This is a happy birthday postcard. I got this one from my life insurance salesman, right? My life insurance salesman who's really happy that I'm not dead, right? Because they don't have to pay. But my point is, do you get these? Do you guys get these from your dentist or from your insurance guy or whatever? Do these go in that special place with those other cards? How many of you have no problem throwing these away? Let me just see who comes into the house through the garage. You guys actually come into your house through your garages? And do you have a trash can in the garage for mail that doesn't make it to the house? Isn't that funny? This probably would qualify for that, right? What's the difference? It's a happy birthday card. The one from my dad is a happy birthday card. The difference is this took no investment of time. There's no time invested in this. So it's meaningless. This represents an investment of time, undivided attention. It's priceless. Investing time in connecting with people is the only way to deepen relationships. And people just don't invest time in each other anymore. Now, you should be posting on social media. You should be putting those invitations to join you on social media. Absolutely, and you'll get some people like that. But you also need to connect one-on-one with people. And I'm going to explain to you how you can use a system like Teamzy and this philosophy to make people's day and spend 3 seconds doing it. You don't need to write them a letter every time. Even just using Facebook Messenger, instant message, or text message, just to make somebody's day. Okay? But you have to understand that concept first, connecting with people. Investing a little bit of time just in them is what's going to make the impact. All right, real quick. They just did an update on Zoom, and I can't say I'm in love with the new update because my buttons keep disappearing and I have to go to my menu. That's so annoying. As a guy who's built software, right? It's got to be easy to use. All right, one more thing. So what you need is the philosophy is great, right? But you got to have a system. You got to have a system. You can't just go say, well, I'm good. I'm going to do relationships now. You have to have a way to stay in contact with everybody, okay? And make sure that you're in contact with everybody on a regular basis. You need to know when you're going to contact people. and when you're not going to contact people. In other words, I don't want to have to think or plan. Just tell me who to contact today. Does this make sense? And know what to say. Know what to say so you can start a conversation easily without spending all morning staring at your screen, trying to think of the perfect icebreaker or the perfect way. I see a few of you guys are relating to this, right? Oh my gosh, I read her entire Instagram. I still don't know what to say to her. Okay, just know how to just get things started. Also, make sure that nobody ever falls through the cracks. This is huge. And I guarantee you, even those of you who are really good at this have a lot of people falling through the cracks. So we're going to tighten that up today. Let me jump out and show you Teamzy. That's the system I am alluding to. Oh, I got my buttons back. See how much faster it is when I have my buttons? Thanks, Zoom. Okay, here we go. Now you're looking at the Teamzy screen. This is the Bellame custom version of Teamzy. Okay, if you're not already using Teamzy, here's what you do. Go to teamzy.com and click on Start Free Trial. You can get a 30-day free trial, no credit card required, no weirdness, just go use it for 30 days for free, okay? And I encourage you guys all to do that. And then when it says choose your business, grab the Bellame version, okay? Sound good? 30 days, free trial, let your team know. We'll talk more about that at the end of the call. So here's what we do. When you first log into your free trial, it's gonna take you into a setup wizard, which just helps people who don't know how to do technology like me set this up easily. If you've never used a CRM, which is short for contact relationship management software, which Teamzy is, they are extremely complicated and annoying. Hopefully you won't find that Teamzy's that way. But so we've tried to make setup very easy, okay? And we're gonna do it together. But a couple things I just want you to see right here on the dashboard. It's gonna tell you what your goals are for each day. Okay, right on top. And then this Power Hour module will tell you who to connect with next. It'll help you with what to say, and you log everything as you go. By the way, this is all mobile too. You can do it on your phone, okay? Pretty awesome. So let's go into setup. The setup wizard will launch automatically when you start your trial, or you can always get it from the settings right there in the corner. All right, so here we go. That's me. Hey, I know that guy. So what we're gonna do in setup are three things. We're gonna set your income goal. We're gonna set your income goal, and the income goal, Teamzy will backward engineer that number and tell you what to do daily to hit it. Okay, so you'll have a game plan. We're gonna help you create a powerful why. This is so important because so many people quit. I don't want that to be you. And then we're gonna help you get all your contacts into Teamzy in one place, organized. No more looking for little scraps of paper or you know, spreadsheets you never update or sticky notes, whatever you guys are doing. Right? I know you're all over the place. Next. Let's get started. Let's set an income goal. So you'll come here and you'll just put in a number in. I put in 150,000. That was my goal when I started my business. This is your annual income goal. Okay? Your annual income goal. This is where you'd like to be 12 months from now. So in other words, I'm going to apply the system and work my tail off. Where can I be in 12 months? Make sense? If you're already making considerable income, then put in the number, the amount of growth you want to see. Okay, I had somebody recently that was like, Eric, I put in my income goal and it was a ridiculous amount of activity. I said, well, what was your income goal? She said $500,000. I said, wow, that's a great goal. Is that a realistic goal for 12 months? She goes, well, yeah, I'm at 420 now. I said, great, so your goal is 80,000. Make sense? She goes, oh, that's gonna be easy. I go, I know. Okay, now 150. Let's go to the next page, continue. Now, Teamzy's telling me that over the next 12 months, I need to connect with 4,348 people to get to my goal. That's a good number, right? But did you think it was gonna be that easy? I mean, it's 150 in 1 year, right? Okay, but here's what I want you to know. It's really not that hard because when I go to the next page, it breaks it down for me. I've got my prospects, my customers, and my partners, 3 groups, and then it divides it monthly, weekly, daily. If I break this down daily, by the way, this is a 250-day year. So I get to take weekends off, have vacation, okay? But daily, it's connect with 9 prospects a day, 6 customers a day, and 4 partners on my team. 19 people a day. That is, guys, that is 15 minutes work in Teamzy. Let's just call it 30 minutes work because you're new at this. But still, it's not a lot of work to do each day. It's just about being consistent. Now, when I say connect with prospects, connect with customers, connect with partners, I don't mean cold invite. I don't mean some cheesy script that you might have found in another network marketing book where people are like, ew. How many of you guys feel ew just doing that stuff sometimes? What I mean is just connecting, just saying hi, just saying, hey, I just wanted to make your day today. How are you? Okay. A connect is just starting a conversation and just making someone's day. All right. Hold on a second. Let me do mute again. Okay. Cool. Somebody's pounding the chicken there. They're getting ready to make some chicken marinara or something delicious, right? Okay, let's keep going. So these numbers you can change, by the way. If you're brand new and you've got no partners on your team, make that one a 0 and put it over on the prospects number. Okay? All right. Should I even care at this point? Should we just go? I'll just keep going.
All right. Am I muted?
No, you're not.
Oh.
All right, so let me put these back. Same thing with your customers. If you've got no customers, make it 0 now, put it all on prospects. Make sense? So you're going to be connecting with those people. Now the next box is your invite goal. An invite is different than a connect. This is where you're actually inviting somebody to a 3-way call. You're inviting them to try the product. You're inviting them to a special event, maybe an online virtual event. Whatever it is that you invite people to where they can learn about the business or the products, that's an invite. So just to kind of give you clarity on what we're doing in our Power Hour, we're connecting with 19 people just to make their day. We're starting conversations with those people. From those conversations, we're gonna generate at least 3 opportunities to invite. See, not everybody's gonna be ready for that invite. This is how we keep the friends while we build our business and wait for them to be ready. Make sense? And then ads, these are just new people I'm putting in my Teamzy list every day. I'm meeting people online, people maybe I already know that I haven't put in yet. Maybe I met somebody at the grocery store. You with me? Okay, once these numbers are configured the way you want, you click continue and it takes you to the next piece of the wizard. Now, look at this. What's cool about this is, just skipping back to my dashboard, now my dashboard's set up to those goals: 10 prospects, 6 customers, 4 partners. Okay, your dashboard will be customized to your specific goals. Pretty cool. All right, let me jump back to where I was. Next piece is finding your why. Did you know, I know that you're a new company and some of you have not done network marketing before, but statistically, 1 out of 2 people will quit their first year. That's a lot. That's half. It's actually more than half because that's just the first year, right? Why do people quit the business? It's an awesome opportunity, right? Why do you think people quit the business? Do you think the opportunity is not good? Do you think the products aren't good? No, people just quit. I just want you guys to know, we hate to admit it, but all of us are quitters. We quit things. We're kind of survival oriented, and if something's hard, we just quit. There are exceptions though. There are lots of things we don't quit because we have a strong reason not to. True? How many of you have kids? Yeah. How many times have you wanted to quit your job, but you didn't because you have kids, right? Or for example, we have a reason to persist. We will. You got to have that reason. If you don't, listen, I'm going to share my story in a second. I started the business because I wanted some extra money. Extra money is not a reason to stay. Extra money you can take or leave. It's extra. You got to dig deep and figure out why you're in the game. Once you understand that, it's impossible not to succeed. Without it, you'll quit. Okay? Leaders, let me see leaders on the team. You guys who have already built a team or building a team. If you bring somebody on new and they don't want to go through this process I'm going to show you right now, simple process to find your why, they are not a builder. They will wash out. Give them some energy, give them some love, but don't give them all your energy and love. Make sense? Okay, let me take you through this. How many of you have heard about finding your why? You know it's something you kind of should do, but you haven't done because it seems like you need to go to a sweat lodge in Sedona and get in touch with your inner child to find this thing. I mean, right? You don't. It's not like that. Okay. My partner Mike Lopez, who was my boss for 15 years in the coaching game, now he's my partner. How cool is that, right? One of the cool things about starting your own business is if you had a great boss, you can hire them. You can bring them into your business. Well, not that he's hired. He's an equal partner, but still awesome to have him here. We're personal growth junkies. We've been to every class and seminar you can ever imagine. And I'm here to tell you, finding your why is very simple. It's 5 questions to get you thinking. I'm going to take you in through it right now. I'm going to share my story as an example. I think this is important enough to share with you tonight because, again, I want you guys to be successful. So let's just do it real quick. Where am I? Here I am. First question, why'd you become a partner? Why'd you join the business? Now I'm going to share my story. I jumped into this industry because I found some products. I was actually a Beachbody coach. Those of you who don't know my personal story, I was a Beachbody coach. That's how I got into this. And their products helped me lose 60 pounds in less than 100 days. That was life-changing. I have to tell you, it was life-changing. People were coming up to me going, Eric, what are you doing? And I would say, oh, I was doing this Beachbody thing all day long for about 6 months. I probably sold 6 figures worth of Beachbody products that first 6 months, and I wasn't a Beachbody coach. Finally, my wife said, honey, you go be a distributor for them. Get paid for all those referrals you're sending them. So I did. I signed up. So why did I become a partner? Just because I was already promoting the products. I figured I should get paid. Next question, what do you hope to accomplish? What do you hope to accomplish? Now, what you're going to do in this, when you come through this yourselves, you're just going to write a little note and answer the question for yourself. No one's going to see this. This is just to get your mind working. Make sense? We're going to pull the why out of your heart, put it in front of your head so you can reprogram your brain to achieve it. What did I hope to accomplish? I remember asking my sponsor, do you think I can make $500 a month extra if I did this? Anybody, that's kind of your goal, $500 a month extra? I just wanted $500 a month extra. And he said, yeah, absolutely, I think you can. I said, great, sign me up. That's all. I wanted $500 a month extra. Next question, why is that important to you? Why? The reason why I wanted $500 extra was I wanted to save it. I just wanted to put it in the bank. Now, just to give you guys some context, I see a lot of very amazingly youthful people, and it might just be your products, or you might be very young. I don't know. It's probably just the products. But do you guys remember the Great Recession a few years back? Yeah. So my business was helping mostly real estate people with their business. I'd help people build real estate businesses. It was an awesome coaching business to be in because the real estate market kept growing and growing and growing and growing and growing. And our business grew 20, 30% every year. It's awesome. And then one day it disappeared. It just completely disappeared. We were losing 900 customers a day because they couldn't sell a house because the economy disappeared. And it was scary. I lost my job along with everybody I know lost their jobs. And some of you guys went through that in your family, right? Laid off. I had the best employee review of my career 2 days before I was laid off. So, I'm not here to complain about that. By God's good grace, we made it through that recession intact, but we used our savings up pretty quickly and we no longer saved. I had to get, to go work in a different industry. We weren't paycheck to paycheck. By the time I jumped into the network marketing game, I was 6 years without saving money. That's brutal, right? Especially when you have a family that depends on you. So I thought, wow, if I could do this for an hour a day, put $500 in the bank, that would be great. Make sense? All right, next question. Next question is, what would achieving this mean for you and your family? What would achieving this mean for you and your family? Now, in my case, I thought, you know what? If I could save $500 every month and just put it in the bank long enough, we could buy a new house. I really dreamt of a new home for my family. We had a nice home, but it was really small. My wife and I bought it before we had kids. Right? Anybody relate to that? We had nowhere to put people. In fact, everybody shared a room, including us. The nursery and the master bedroom were the same room. That does wonders for romance, right? How many of you guys have been through that? Yeah, it's absolutely great for your romance. So anyways, we had, at one point I thought if I ever came home to do my own business, I might have to throw my wife's clothes out of the closet and turn the closet into an office. Like it was that crazy. But I dreamt of a new home for our family. Unfortunately, we were upside down more than $100,000 on our mortgage because of the change in the economy. But I dreamt of it. So that was my next thing. What would achieving this mean for you and your family? Next question after that, why is that meaningful? Why is that a meaningful goal? How does it make you feel? Okay. And this is kind of the question where it's a little bit hard. It's a little bit uncomfortable, right? The growth always happens in those a little bit uncomfortable moments. And as I kind of had to sit with this question, how does it make me feel? First of all, I felt like it wasn't a real goal. Buying a house just seemed like materialism. I always feel a little guilty when I make materialism goals, right? How many of you guys are like that? We recently bought a new house and I'm a little embarrassed about it. I'll be honest with you, because the house is awesome. I feel like a little embarrassed. We had Thanksgiving here and I was just waiting for the comments. I was like, you know, you're supposed to be like, check out my house. Isn't it awesome? And you're kind of like, um, welcome. Yeah, it's okay. It's not as big as you think it is. It's fine. You know, I just kind of feel that way. So how does it make me feel? Here's what I realized thinking about this. It wasn't that I needed a new house. I mean, I wanted a new house. It was that the house, what the house represented was family. It was home, family, right? And it wasn't that I wanted a new house as much as that I needed a better relationship with my family. See, what I would never let myself take a minute to think about, this process helped me realize, was that I was so busy providing that I was missing it. My kids were growing up without me. I would get up in the morning and I would kiss my kids goodbye. They'd be in their pajamas. I'd go to work and I was really good at my job. I would crush my work and then I'd come home in the evening and my kids were already ready for bed in their pajamas again. That was my job.
Not about that.
It was just the guy who says good morning and good night in your pajamas, right? And I realized my kids were going to grow up without me. My marriage was happening without me. 30 minutes a night to talk to my wife and try to catch up, you know? And I remember she would text me throughout the day, small questions, and it would drive me crazy because I was trying to work. And it was just, there was a tension there. I wanted something better for my family. I wanted to be part of my family. Does this make sense? The house was just representative of that. Now, going through this process, asking these questions took me from, I guess I'll sign up for a little bit of extra money to, whoa, there's some really important things I want to achieve in my life and I need to take a look at it. Make sense? Here's what happened. I had a 6-figure job and I had a 1-hour-a-day side hustle that made me extra money. I switched that flip and I flipped the switch in my mind. And I started thinking, I have a multi-million-dollar business and a 6-figure extra money job. See, my job became my extra money and my focus became my business because I wrote my first why statement. From this process, I wrote my very first why statement and everything became crystal clear. Let me share it with you. I'll share it with you and then we'll go on and see Teamzy for real. Sorry, this is a little passion tangent of mine. I have to talk about, if I get a team on a call, I got to talk to you about your why. Because I can get you to sign up for my service all day long, but if I leave you with this, maybe I can make an impact. Here was the why that I wrote 3 years ago, by the way. 3 years ago, this July, I wrote this down. I can't even believe it. Feels like 100 years ago. My why was to create a life where I never have to worry about money again. I enjoy quality time with my family and I'm present for my children on a daily basis. I am healthy and full of energy. This was my why. I just wrote, it's really simple. I didn't want to be afraid of getting laid off. I didn't want to be afraid of living paycheck to paycheck. I wanted to be with my wife. I wanted to be with my kids every single day. I wanted to be excited about life, healthy, full of energy. Once I wrote this down, it changed everything. It brought clarity to what I was trying to do. Now, I'm going to show you in a second how literally 30, 40 minutes a day, you can crush all your income producing activities in your business. Once I show you how easy that is, and you create a why like this, now you have to decide, do I want to skip that 30 minutes and stay stuck where I am? Or do I want to invest that 30 minutes to get towards what really matters, this why I just put down here? It's so convicting. And I want you guys to understand what happened to me. When I wrote this down, within 3 months, I left my job. I came home to my house. I had nowhere to work. I didn't even have 16 years. I didn't even have my own cell phone or my own computer. I had to, so here's the story. I got, when I left, I got a $5,000 paycheck, my final check. I went with that money and I bought a new computer, a new iPhone, and I went to Home Depot and I bought a shed. You know the ones you put your lawnmower in? How many of you guys have a shed in the backyard with a lawnmower in it? Those ugly sheds that sit in the parking lot at Home Depot, I bought one and I had it dropped in my backyard. This is a true story. I ran an extension cord out to it. And that shed, where's the picture? Wait, I have it here. No, I have it on my computer. Try this again. Let me try to share again so you can see it. All right. That shed was where I started building my business. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I got a picture. You guys check this out. Here I am in my shoffice with that's Mike Lopez, my partner I was telling you about. This is me pitching Teamzy to him in my shed 3 years ago. How cool is that? Tonight I'm talking to you from my new home in San Diego about the shed, which I kind of wish I still had, but it sold with the house, conveyed with the house. The Shoffice, I made it. The why is why it happened. Because do you think there were many days where I said, I don't feel like doing this today? And you have a good reason. I don't feel well, or my kids are sick, or whatever. The internet's broken. I just don't feel like doing it today. And then you have to look at that why and go, well, do I want that or not? Does this make sense? It's huge. Look, I know I didn't get all of you with this, but I can see a few of your faces, and that's all that matters to me. I know that some of you guys are getting this. This is the important stuff. Now let me show you how freaking easy the system is. You ready? All right. I got to talk to Zoom about getting my buttons back. I'm doing something wrong. All right, whatever you write in this last box. So they're all just notes for you to practice with, right? And to figure out what you want to do. Whatever you write in this last box, create your statement. You'll see mine as kind of the grayed out sample text. You just type whatever you want in that box, click continue, and it saves that to the dashboard of Teamzy so you can see it every day. I want you to actually read it out loud to yourself every day. Make sense? Share it publicly with your spouse, share it publicly with your team so other people can hold you accountable. The last step for setting up is we're going to get your contacts in. Okay. If you already have a team, you go to your back office and you're going to get your team imported. You're going to get your customers imported. Okay. And then I want you to get your Facebook friends imported. There's some videos here on how to do it. You can import your whole Facebook list, which is awesome. Okay. It's a great place to start. Plus Facebook is such an awesome way to message people because it has the highest response rate of any communication tool. Okay. And then anywhere else you have contacts, you get them into Teamzy. You get everything in one place, one organized list. Okay. All right. We'll skip the wizard for a second. There's one last step for setup I want to show you. So on your dashboard on the left side is your navigation. We're on the dashboard now. Team, I'm going to go click on the team page. The team page is where your whole list lives. Okay. This is like your Rolodex. Everybody's in here. Okay. You can toggle between your prospects, your customers, and your partners here too. But what I want to show you is the last step for setup is called ranking. Okay. Now, after you do a bulk import, it'll automatically turn this on, but you can turn it on right here by this little menu. Just click rank mode. What we're going to do is we're going to go down and rank people on a 5-star scale, just like you're ranking a product, right? How many of you guys are shopping right now for Christmas and your husband says, oh, I got this there's a great deal on this, whatever. And you go, well, how many stars does it have? Right? The same thing with people. We have to rank our relationships. You just understand this concept. 80% of your business will come from 20% of your relationships. Okay, 80% of your business will come from 20% of your relationships. That's just the way relationships work. You need to talk to your best people more often. Make sense? You talk to your best people more often, but we want to talk to everybody. We want to stay in touch with everybody based on the relationship level. So we rank them. 5 stars. And to change the ranks, you just click on them. That's it. You go down and you just click on them. It auto saves. Hamilton's a 1. Click on it. Okay. Here's what the definitions are. A 5-star is somebody most likely to become a customer or a partner, or they're an existing customer or partner that's a rock star, or they're your best friends or your mom. Your 5-star people come up on your list every 30 days. Every single 30 days, you get a reminder. Hey, connect with this person. Tell them you love them. Tell them to say hi to them. Okay. A 4-star is somebody likely to join the team with a little bit of nurturing. Right? Or they're your consistent performers on your team. They're your friends, maybe not your best 4 friends, but they're your friends. They're going to show up every 60 days. A 4-star person is going to come up every 60 days. Okay. 3 stars, most of the people on your list will be 3 stars. They could go either way. A 3-star shows up on your list every 90 days. Okay. So even a 3-star, just a casual acquaintance, you'll talk to 4 times a year. Is that right? 4? Yeah, 4. My dad's a mathematician. I'm more the people person. Okay. 2 stars are getting colder. They come up every 120 days. You guys get the point? More stars, more often. Less stars, less often. Make sense? So you go down your list and you rank them. Now, some of you have a big list and you're saying, oh my gosh, Eric, I'm overwhelmed with the thought of having to rank everybody. So here's what I want you to do. To get started, just scroll your list and look for your favorite people and rank them, the 5s and the 4s. That's it. Okay, leave everybody else 3. They'll default to 3 for now. And then you can rank as you go. But make sure that you go through it once quickly and cherry pick your best people at the very least. Okay? For those of you who are wired like me, put the kids to bed, get an adult beverage, put on, for me, it would be Frank Sinatra music, and I would do my entire list. But of course, if it was up to me, I would unpack the whole house the first night too. Okay. Once you've unpacked the house, guess what? You get to live in your dream home. All right. So now we're ready. Let's go ahead and do our power hour. You guys ready? So you've got everything set up. Once you've set up Teamzy once, you never have to do it again. You never have to plan your power hour ever. You don't even have to think. You just log on and go, either on your phone or your computer, and go. It's got our goals. First goal is to connect with 10 prospects today. So it's giving me my power hour list, my prospects. It gives me 5 at a time so that I can't get overwhelmed, and so that I don't skip around too much. It just wants me to get what's next. Make sense? So I'm going to connect. First person on my list is Megan. I'm going to connect with her. So what I'll do is I'm going to Facebook message the majority of my people because it's the best way to communicate with people. They respond the most. So I've got Facebook open right here on another tab, ready to go. Okay. So I'm going to connect with Megan. Now here's where you get stuck. What the heck am I going to say to her? Right? How many of you guys get stuck right there? So listen, I've been through this. I spent years trying to figure out like, what are the easiest and quickest ways to start a conversation with somebody? And I put them into a scripts library for you. Click on this. These aren't cheesy sales scripts. These are just starting conversation type scripts. Okay. I'm going to grab one for Facebook, and I'm just going to get maybe this first one, connect number 1. Hi, Jane, just stopping by to say hello. How are you? Hope your day's awesome. Simple, so simple. Copy that script. Now watch this. I'll paste it here in Teamzy so I can edit it and not accidentally send it before I edit it. So I'm going to put her name in. Going to put your emoticons in, right? And if you have, if you need to reword this a little bit to make it sound like you, do it, but don't overthink it. Did it not give me my emoticon? What in the world is happening, Apple? There it is. Okay, got to have that. Okay, so now I've got it just the way I want it. Now what I'm going to do now is I'm going to copy this and actually send it in Facebook. You have to actually send the message in Facebook, text, wherever you actually send your message. Teamzy's going to log it, but we need to send it there. So I'm going to go over to Facebook. It's right here. I'm just going to look her up. There she is. Great, here she is. Oh, we're friends now, Megan. I friend requested her right before the call. Great, so I'm going to paste this in there. There it is, send. See how easy that was? Sent. Now, I'm just going to finish logging it here. That was a Facebook message. The big blue log connect button logs it. Done. Now, notice something. Megan's off my list. She's gone. And I have 1 up on my scoreboard. Next person on my list is Jay. I'm just going to use the same message. It's still on my clipboard. Just paste it in again. Change the name. Ready to go. My emoticon's already on point. You can do more than 1 emoticons. That's just your personality, okay? Now watch. See how easy this is? There she is, Jay. Send message. People go, Eric, the way you're doing that, you're not reading their Facebook page. You're not spending an hour of research before sending the message. No, I don't do that. If they respond to me, then I'll read their Facebook page. But you know what? Half the people won't respond, half will, which is actually a really good response rate. But I don't spend time on the people who don't respond. Guess what happens to the people who don't respond? Don't worry about them. They come back on Teamzy again, 30, 60, 90 days. You message them again. The ones that do respond, we're going to have conversations with. Make sense? Now look, boom, logged, 2 done. I'm going to just go down my list the same way until I get my goal, which is 10. Make sense? When I finish my 10 prospects, I'll jump over to customers and I'll start messaging them. Just really quick on this. Some people will respond right away, and you're going to want to run off and have a conversation with them. Hold tight and finish all your outgoing messages first, or you may never get to them. Okay? So just wait. It'll only take you like 30 minutes to get through all these or less. So just make them wait a minute before you have that conversation. Okay, so customers. Tessa's is the first customer. I'm going to do the same thing. I'll go to scripts, and I'll get a suggestion of what I could say to Tessa. Okay? There's some great scripts here. Look at this. You're doing so great. I'm proud of you. Congratulations on whatever. Hi, John. How are you enjoying the product? Send me an update. Let me know I can be of help. Just customize these and send them. My favorite one is this one, though, for a customer. Hi, Jane. Just checking in to see if there's anything I can do to make your day.
Perfect.
Send that one to your favorite customers tonight and see what happens. Look, so I'm going to paste that in there. Change the name, same way. Right? Put in your emoticons, whatever. Copy it. Go over to Facebook. Send it. Okay? If you're texting, send it through your text app, whatever. Log it, go to the next person. Same thing, I'm gonna go down my list of customers until I get to my goal, and that circle turns all the way pink. Okay? When I'm done connecting with my customers, I'll start connecting with partners on my team. Now, real quick, before I move on, let me just explain really quick how important it is to be in touch with customers. Most people focus on prospects. I mean, most trainers will say prospect, 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 prospect. And I'm not telling you not to. You notice that I'm telling you to do it every single day. But connecting with customers on a regular basis is just as important. First of all, it's not only just as important, but it will bring you more business. Connecting with current customers will bring you much more business than your prospects will. So let me just give you 3 reasons. The first reason is this: when you are in regular contact with customers, they trust you as the expert on these products. Okay, they'll start to trust you as the expert. Number 2, when you're in regular contact with customers, and I don't mean like, hey girl, your order's about to ship, would you like to add to it? I mean, there's a place for that, but I just mean like, hey, like the one I just sent. Is there anything I can do to make your day? I was thinking about you today. When you're in regular contact with your customers, they order more products and they stay on auto ship longer. That is a fact. Okay, Megan, you want to get your team volume up 30% this month? Get all these people on the free trial of Teamzy and get them in touch. You'll see it happen. It's just being in contact. People are watching you. Remember I talked about they're watching you on TV? They're watching you. They're seeing what you're doing. They're seeing the new product releases. They're seeing that stuff are on back order, whatever. When you reach out, it's like, oh, I'm glad you reached out. I've been wanting to ask, how long is the wait? Can I get on the list? Whatever. You'll see more products come through. Number 3, how many of you would like some new customers? Where do you suppose is your best place to find a new customer? Okay, I'm gonna end the mystery. The best place to find a new customer is from a current customer. What happens when somebody loves a product? What do? They talk about it. That's probably why most of you are here.
Very true.
So what's happening right now is your customers are already talking about your products and probably already talking about you to their friends and family. Mm-hmm. Did you know that what is the stats? 85% of people would prefer to do business with a friend, which is why we're building relationships. 82% of people in North America make purchasing decisions after getting a recommendation from a friend or family member. So what I'm trying to tell you is this: your customers already have people ready to buy right now. You need to be in touch with them, and you need to be getting introduced to the people they're talking to. Okay? And just ask them. Say, hey, is there anybody that you care about that is interested or that you've talked to about this that I should get some more information to? Could you introduce them to me? Just the best way to get introduced, by the way, this is a separate training, but I can't help it. I just got to give you a little extra, is you get them to do a group message or a group text. Facebook message is best because you can immediately get Facebook friends from the message. Okay? Mm-hmm. But just introduce me real quick on the Facebook message and I'll get them information if they're interested. That's it. Then the people trust you more because the friend introduced you. You've got a new Facebook friend and you have someone to follow up on. Guys, so yes, my point is yes, stay in touch with your customers, for crying out loud. Okay? Now, talking about your team, talking about staying in touch with your partners is also super important because you're trying to create family. You're trying to create connection. You're trying to create a community. And this is what helps a team be successful. People quit. 1 out of 2 people quit in their first year. What makes people stick? Relationship, community, belonging. And that happens when you take the time to connect personally. Look, all you need to do is send them a quick message. Oh, look, you can see AJ's at the top of my list. Send them a quick message. Hey girl, how are you? I was thinking about you today. Is there anything you need? Is there anything I can do? Or I'm proud of you. I saw you ranked up. Oh, I saw you got your first customer. Whatever it is, quick message. Make sense? Now we're done with our prospects, done with our customers, done with our partners. The goal was 20, I think is what I had. That should take you 15 minutes, honestly, just using the scripts and going for it, right? Sending those messages. Now what happens is people start responding. And some of you, if you did this right, let's say you did 20 like me, now you're in 10 conversations on day 1. You may be like, oh my gosh, what did I sign up for? But this is good. This is good. Look, everyone's overwhelmed. You can either be overwhelmed with lack or overwhelmed with abundance. What do you choose? Right? Yeah, absolutely. Nobody's sitting around drinking Coronas like those commercials for more than a couple of days without getting antsy. Business owners want to rock. That's why you're here. Okay, so how do we get to the next list? Follow-ups. I get there and there's nobody there. It says no follow-up scheduled. Follow-ups are not automatic. Guys, just so you understand what a follow-up is when we've invited somebody to learn about the products or the business and put them on our follow-ups list. Okay? We don't need to set follow-ups for people we've just said hello to. They automatically come back on the Teamzy flow. Does this make sense? The follow-ups list are a hot lead. So how does somebody get on there? I'm going to give you an example. So I messaged my good old friend Megan today. We haven't talked in years. And she responds and says, oh, great to hear from you. What are you up to? What, how are you? And I said, great. So we're having a conversation, right? So I'm going to try to draw some conversation out of Megan to get caught up. And people always go, how do you do that? Because people don't want to, they haven't heard from you. I'm just going to give you guys my secret phrase. Are you ready? This is all I do. What have you been up to? Send me an update. With a smiley emoticon or whatever. Send me an update. What have you been up to? And people will give you an update. It's great. That's how you start. And you listen and you ask questions. You have a conversation. You catch up with people. And I'm going to give her my update, right? I'm going to tell her that I found something that's amazing, that I'm on a mission to help people, that my life is totally different, that I left my corporate job 3 years ago. I've been home with my kids every day since, that I don't worry about money anymore, and life is amazing, right? And if I sense there's some interest from Megan in learning more about that, I'll just ask her. I'll say, if it's something you'd be interested in learning more about it, I'd love to give you some more information. She says, yeah, I might be interested in that. Great. Now I'm going to invite Megan to learn more about the business. If Megan said, that's good for you, Eric, I'm really proud of you, and kind of shut down the conversation, I'll say, great, I'm not going to invite her. I planted the seed and I'll connect with her next time she comes on my list. Make sense? You guys with me? So now I'm going to invite Megan and say, listen, Megan, if you'd like to learn some more, why don't we do this? Let's schedule a 3-way call with my upline. She is amazing. She's a super duper platinum executive director, the president of the world type thing. She wears a crown, a tiara made of diamonds. She knows everything about this biz. I'm just joking. My point is though, let's get on a 3-way call. This is somebody who's really successful, knows exactly how to build the business. And we'll learn together more about what we can do. She says, okay, let's do that. So I'm going to set that up. Okay. So now I'm going to log this in Teamzy. Now check this out. She's not on my dashboard anymore, so I can look her up in this lookup bar that takes me to her record. Now I want to go in and log that I've invited her. I'm going to click connect. See right here where it says invite? I'm going to click that. I'm going to click 3-way call. Okay. And then, I don't know. Let's say that was a phone call. And maybe a couple notes on the call. Okay. Notes, great call. I'm logging that we've had this invite, we've had this call, and you can see I've set a follow-up. So as I'm talking to her, say, hey, afterwards I'll follow up and see if you have any questions. Great. So I'm going to follow up. This is set to 2 days default. I'm going to make it tomorrow. So when I log this connect and this invite, I want you to see something. Follow-up is now set on her record. Let me go to the dashboard. You can see I've got an invite logged, and now look on my follow-up list. She's there. So now I've got somebody who is interested. I invited her to something where she learned. Now I'm going to follow up. Okay. Now, this is really cool. To follow up is super simple. So as you're connecting with prospects, customers, and partners and building relationships, you're going to have opportunities to invite. Those invites you now put on your follow-ups list. So by the end of the week, you'll have several people on the follow-ups list that you're following up with that are strong leads. Make sense? And everyone else, you're just connecting with, building relationships, just having conversations, spreading the word, planting seeds about your business, that sort of thing. So how do I do the follow-up in Teamzy? When I get to my follow-ups list, I do it the same way. I go to scripts, and I'm going to grab a follow-up script. Look, follow-up number 1. Hi, Jane, just checking in like I promised I would. What questions do you have for me? So I'm going to copy that script and just use that. That's the first one I'll use. By the way, these follow-up scripts, you guys, my 10 that I put 10 in here, by the way, numbered. These have been tested thousands of times. They're really great. You're just going to modify them slightly for yourself. Look, there it is, Megan. Just get the name right before you send it. I have sent the wrong name, by the way. And it wasn't the end of the world. My arms and legs did not fall off. I just make a joke about it. I have 4 kids. I get everyone's name wrong. That's what I say. Look, I'm going to send her the follow-up message. Okay. It's that easy, just like a normal message. And then on Teamzy, I'm going to log that I did it. and I'm going to set a new follow-up. So I'm going to follow up again, let's say in 2 days, and I'm going to log it. Always set the next follow-up or she'll fall off the follow-ups list and she'll fall through the cracks. That's why you're at Teamzy, so she won't fall through the cracks. So set a new follow-up, keep her on the list. Okay, so in a couple of days, I'll follow up again with the next follow-up script. That's simple. But really quick, I want to talk to you about following up. This is really fast. Do I have time? I'm a little bit over it. How many of you guys want me to keep going? Okay, good. Some of you, your friends made up for your enthusiasm. It's all good. I'm going to keep going. Following up is key, right? Did you guys know this statistic? 80% of all sales happen between the 7th and 10th follow-up. Have you heard that before? Some of you are like, crap. 80% of all sales happen between the 7th and 10th follow-up. How many follow up 10 times? Anybody? Does anybody? It's okay if you don't raise your hand because very few people ever do. And usually they think, I did that once. I think I'm going to raise my hand. Okay. I understand why you don't do it. How many of you don't do it because you're just not organized enough? You don't have Teamzy yet. Okay, that's an honest one. Okay. So second reason. How many of you would never think of doing that because you feel like you'd be so annoying, everyone would hate you? Okay. That's valid. And the truth is the way people usually follow up, it is annoying. I'm going to teach you though how to follow up without being annoying. Okay? It's really simple. In fact, if you follow my 2 principles for never being annoying when you follow up, people will thank you for following up. They will say, thank you, thank you, thank you for following up so much with me. But first, I want you to understand something. How many of you feel like you're here to really help people, change lives? You can do that with this business, right? Can you really change someone's life if they don't complete that first purchase? Not really, right? So here's what I want you to understand. If you really want to help people, you have to get them over the first hurdle, which is making that first purchase. To get to that, you have to follow up 7 to 10 times. So do you love people? Then the way you show love is by following up. Following up is an act of love. Write that down. Following up is an act of love. That's how you love people in this business, by following up. And here's just real quick, if you don't follow up, let's say you follow up 3 or 4 times and you get no response. Does this happen? And then you go, I guess they're not interested. Next. Guess what you just told them? I don't care about you. Failing to follow up tells people you don't care about them. I guess I was right about her. She really just wanted me to buy something. She doesn't even care that my dog died, that my transmission blew out of my car, right? Does life happen to everybody all the time? Listen, I'm here to tell you that the vast majority of people who are interested, who like you, who are excited, everything, they won't respond to the first 5 follow-ups. All you'll get is crickets all the time. Have you guys experienced the crickets all the time? Like, what am I doing wrong? You're not doing anything wrong. This is what happens. You send the message, they get it, and they're like, oh yeah. And then they go, oh my gosh, is the baby really throwing up at the dog right now? I have to go. They put their phone down and they go handle it. This happens every single time you message them. So here's how you do it without being annoying. Okay. First of all, I want you to, get over getting the response. You don't even care about them responding. They're not going to the first 5 or 6. All you want is for them to see it. Okay. You want to keep your promise that you're going to follow up and care for them. So the first rule is this: never ask them to do anything in your follow-up. Don't ask them to do anything. Don't ask them to call you back. Don't call them. That'll be part of rule 2, but don't ask them to call you back. Don't ask them to text you back. Don't ask them to RSVP for the event you've sent them 11 invitations to. Don't ask them to complete this purchase that they left in the cart unattended. Don't ask them to do anything, okay? Because that's annoying. Don't ask them to do anything. Second rule is this: your message has to be sent in a typed out message. I like Facebook Messenger or text message, okay? If it's like Instagram is the only way you'd communicate, fine, send them a message on Instagram. But the message has to be short and it has to be typed. Why? They need to be able to see it and read it without having to open it. Okay, they need to be able to see it and read it without having to open. How many of you see messages and don't open them because you can't answer them right now? Right? Totally. So don't make them do it. If your message is too long and they see the ... read more, now I have to open it. I'm not even going to open it till later because I can't respond to it. So they won't even see it, right? By the way, I want you guys to really get this. People read your messages even if they don't open them. So please don't anybody put in the Q&A, well, I have prospects that don't even open my message. Should I message them again? They saw it. Okay? Get it? So what you want them to do is every couple of days or whatever, when you send these little nice, reassuring, positive messages, hey, I'm here for you when you need me. Hey, I'm here like I promised. Do you have questions for me? These little messages, they're going to see them and they will build up. What will happen is around the 6th one, you'll get a response typically. This is long after people have given up most of the time. And they'll say, thank you, thank you, thank you for staying in touch with me. I really appreciate your follow-up. I am so sorry I haven't responded. And then they'll give you the list of excuses they've made up along the last 3 weeks. Okay? And then what happens is, I'm sorry to tell you this, what happens is you start over the conversation with them. But this is the process. I found that about 20% of your hot leads will buy in the first 3 days, and 80% will take 2 or 3 months of steady contact. Okay? If you're working Teamzy and you've got your pipeline full and you're just working your power hour, you're working your follow-ups list, you're staying in touch with people, those things will come to fruition constantly. After a couple of months of doing this, you're going to have a constant flow of people every single month. Does this make sense? Cool. Okay, so let me show you real quick how we finish that off in Teamzy, and then we'll do Q&A because I know you guys, I can see some of you guys are starting to go to sleep now. It's all good. All right. And it's my job to put my kids down. That's part of my fun thing, so I got to make sure that I go do that too. I'm in California though, so I'm a couple hours earlier than most of you. So how do we finish her off in the system when she has signed up? I'm going to look her up again to find her record. Right under her name, I'm going to click on sale. Okay. And I'm going to put what she got, starter kit, she joined the team. And then I can also tag all the different products that she bought. I just put tags here so I know what she got, what she's using. Okay. And then I hit save. So now Teamzy knows that I got a sale and it tracks my statistics on the business page. We're not getting into that tonight, but it helps you forecast your business that way. You know how many contacts it takes you to get a sale. And you can refine that, work on that, and improve that with your coaching. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do now is see where it says member type. I'm going to now move her from prospect to partner by clicking on it. That's it. And then person sponsored. Now I've moved her to my team. I took her from prospect. We had a conversation. I invited her, followed up like a pro, signed her up. Now I'm going to continue working with her. She'll be on my team, on my partners list instead of my prospects list. Make sense? And that's how you do a power hour in Teamzy. Now I know I didn't show you most of the system. That's the part you need to know. Get started with that. 5 days a week, 250 days a year, breaks your goal up. You just get consistent. You just connect with people, connect with people, connect with people. Keep things happening. Now, before I jump into Q&A, what I'm going to have you guys do for Q&A is just unmute and ask. I'm going to give you a couple of action steps really quick. You know, as a business coach, I got to lead with action steps. Here are your action steps. Go to Teamzy.com, get your 30-day free trial started. That's a no-brainer. It's free for 30 days. Go use it. You even get access to some of my training courses for free in there during your 30-day free trial, okay? If you're already in a free trial, get your subscription set up now. You won't get charged until your free time is up, but you'll have it set up so you don't miss a beat when the 30 days is up, okay? Number 2, get a 30-day success partner. Just find a sideline sister, somebody that wants to do this with you and say, let's be success partners for this 30-day free trial. What I want you to do is hold each other accountable to crushing it. Don't sign up for the free trial, push a couple buttons, and then let it expire. I want you to go in and crush it. Right now, you guys have your product on back order. You should fill that pipeline with orders, okay? So what I want you to do is every day when you finish your action steps in Teamzy, you get that, you're gonna get a little thing that says, you crushed it today, great job, little message. I want you to screenshot that and send it over to your partner. Just text it to her every day, okay? Because what'll happen is you won't do anything, and then at 9 o'clock you'll get that text from your partner, and it will piss you off and get you out of bed, and you'll go grab your phone and connect with people, okay? And you'll get a lot more out of it. I'm also gonna give you a 5-day challenge, 5 days. I want you in 5 days in a row to connect with 100 people. That's 20 people a day, which is what I showed you today. I want you to experience the momentum you can create in just 5 days. Okay, so try that. See how many conversations you start and how much momentum you can create in just 5 days of connecting with people. Okay, I will tell you guys this, that people who are doing, are active users in Teamzy right now, That's people, active people are doing what I showed you. They're connecting with an average of 20 people a day. Those people are averaging 21 customers and 9 recruits over 90 days right now. So that's not bad. Just having fun, connecting, making people's day. All right, let's take some questions. If you guys have a couple questions, unmute and ask away. I'm happy to answer them.
I've got a quick question for you.
Shoot.
Okay, so funny story first. Whenever I very first signed up, I'm the type of person who totally just starts going. I don't really read all the directions. So I sent out 26 like connects, and I was like, why aren't they showing up on my Facebook? Maybe there's a delay. Like, got to put it on, got to send it in Facebook. Okay. So my main question, the only one I have so far is, whenever you are following up with someone and you have them at a certain rank, like they're popping up, do you go back if they respond to you and change their rank based on where they are? Like if they're hot or like tell you no, or like, do you just go after you start talking to them and you follow up with them, do you go back and find them and just update their star?
I mean, it's definitely a good idea to you'll be constantly changing people's rank based on, and you're in charge of that, right? It's just based on how you feel about them.
Okay.
Does that make sense? So that's totally fine to do that. Yeah.
Okay.
Especially, somebody messaged our help desk today and said, I have so many 5-star people that I can't actually connect with them all in 30 days. So I'll never get to my 4s and my 3s. And our answer, my team asked me, how do I answer this? I said, they're not supposed to be 5s. Nobody knows that many people that are 5 stars. People who are really well connected might know 25 people that they might rank as a 5-star. Most people, it's less than 10. Because what will happen is after your first month, when they come up again, you're like, it's too soon for me to connect with her again. It'll happen. You're like, I'm not that close to connect with her again. This is really weird. I need to make her a 4. So does this make sense? So you will be doing some adjustment with ranks as you go, which is fine. But what I wanted you to know is that you don't need to like go through your whole list and re-rank. Once you've done it once, now the system's working and you can fine tune it as you go. Oh, and not to make fun of you, Megan, but right underneath the connect box, there's a little note on the dashboard that says, this won't actually send your Facebook messages.
I saw it. Like number 26.
People do it all the time. So here's what I want you guys to know though. When we built Teamzy 3 years ago, you could send a Facebook message. And we went into beta with 300 Beachbody coaches and you could send Facebook messages. And 3 days later, Facebook changed their algorithm and you couldn't anymore. Nobody can do it. So we had to kind of like figure out how to teach people how to do it. But we didn't know at that time that Facebook Messenger was going to be the primary communication tool of the planet. Facebook did. That's why they shut off all the third-party apps. They knew they were going to start taking over the world, and they did. So anyways, it's all good for us. Facebook helps our business so much, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. Yeah, somebody messaged me the other day and said, Eric, all the stuff that's happening with Facebook really disturbs me. I almost don't want to use it. I said, are you insane? There's not been an easier tool to build your business in the history of the earth. Who cares? I don't care what they do. Like,
what are your thoughts on Instagram becoming the next big thing instead of Facebook?
Well, Instagram is already a big thing, but a lot of people use both, but even people who use Instagram will use Facebook Messenger a lot for communication. So it's good to do both and to be active on both. I think, Instagram is a great place to meet new people. Instagram is a great place to meet new people. So, if you're really on point with your Instagram activity, and being really consistent with it, you can meet new people on Instagram. For me, it was like, I already knew a few thousand people. And so that was just keeping me busy. Like if you already know a few thousand people, you really don't need to meet that many new people. What you need to do is start going deep with people because they already trust you somewhat. Does this make sense? But if you don't know a lot of people, you need to get out there and meet people. What other questions do you guys have?
I have a couple questions. Can you hear me?
I can.
Okay, so you may have already answered this, but do you provide or have training videos on how to really use this tool?
Yes.
Okay, great. I thought you had answered that. And then for when you import Facebook friends, do you have to regularly keep doing that as you add more friends to your list? Or how does that work?
Great questions. Okay, let me answer both of these by actually showing you in Teamzy too. Okay, so first off, she asked, do we have training videos on how to actually use Teamzy? And yes, I have Inside Teamzy, where is it? I had too many. You know what? I got to do this without 600 windows open. If you go to the Teamzy, there's the Help Center right here on the left. Okay. The Help Center is free trainings, tons of them, free trainings, videos. There's even webinars that I've done. I do a free webinar almost every Tuesday. It's holidays, so it's like twice this month. But generally, every Tuesday, I do a free webinar on how to get started with Teamzy. You can get your teams onto that all the time. And then all of our FAQs are in here. This is all free. Okay. But we also do have Teamzy University, which is not training on how to use Teamzy, but training on how to build your business, right? Remember I told you we're business coaches by trade? Mm-hmm. So you've got some free trainings here that you guys can tap into. There's a 3-part goal training here, which is world-class on how to set your goals. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to start it. Those are free. These are free. And then there's some other trainings that are, you pay for access to those. But all of that is available to you, if that makes sense. Now, the second question was, once you import your Facebook friends, what happens when you make 100 new friends next week? Okay. You can, the easy answer is you can do a full import again, Mallory, and it won't duplicate the people you already have. Okay. However, the best practice is when I'm meeting somebody new, I click on this add contact button and immediately put them in my Teamzy. Okay. Now, as I go, I know sometimes you'll fall behind, you'll do another, but now I can go in and I can put you on my follow-ups list so that tomorrow I can send you a message and we can connect and I can get you in my Teamzy flow right away. Make sense? Mm-hmm. So the best practice is every single day add people as you meet them, which you get points for on your dashboard, by the way, which you will get addicted to getting your 100%. You'll want to be meeting new people and putting them on there. But if you fall behind, you can do another import. Make sense? Okay. What other questions do you guys have?
Really quick, if you do a brand new import, does it leave all the chat information from the previous import?
What it does is what it actually does is it ignores the people who are already in Teamzy completely and just brings in the new people. So it does a quick scan to say who are these people that are already in. So it doesn't change anything on who's in Teamzy at all. It just brings in new people. Make sense?
So you don't delete the import, you just do another one.
Oh yeah. If you delete the import, you'll delete all your notes and everything. Yeah, don't do that. You just bring in a new one and it'll just add the new people in.
Okay, cool.
Okay. I'm glad you clarified that one. Okay. And some of you guys haven't even seen Teamzy, so you're like, I have no idea what to ask, and that's fine. Who's in for the 5-day challenge? Let me see your hands. Oh, Megan, you're gonna have a good month. You're all gonna have a good month, but the leader, of course, gets to have a good month. That's why she's the leader. It's all good though. Listen, I know you guys have been on with me a long time, and I've given you a lot of information. You're probably feeling a little bit brain soggy right now. My encouragement to you is get into that free trial and really use it. Okay, we'll be excited. We're here to support you. Our team's amazing. We've got a little help button that floats around on your Teamzy screen. If you ever feel like you need help, just click it, send us a message. Our team will help you. We've got the reason why we have 70,000 people using Teamzy is because we take good care of them. And we want to consider you part of our family. So I want you guys to get in there, really use this so that you can get out and help more people. If you need help, we'll be there. But just, it's an honor. I'm honored to be here, especially since you guys had, 1 day notice for this call? Pretty cool. I'm glad you did it because I wasn't available and then for like 4 weeks after this. So it was perfect timing. So, but again, Megan, thanks for having me tonight. It's been an honor. I just want to say goodnight to you guys and God bless you. And if you have any other questions, you can send them to me or you can send them to support@teamzy.com.
Thank you so much for doing this for our team. We so appreciate it.
My pleasure. Have a good night, you guys.
Have a good night. Bye.